People share strangers share a secret anonymously. People share their secrets anonymously. Episode 25. The YouTube channel is right here for the original video, but I've seen clips of this on like TikTok and Instagram where people would just walk up to a mic and they won't be facing the camera, of course, because that's how it gotta be. That's how it's gotta be anonymous, and they will just say whatever, bro. They just say the most crazy stuff. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see what they are, what skeletons they letting out the closet in this video, man. Oh, then they choose whether or not they want to show their face. Okay, I've never seen this one. Damn, this is loud.
I used to date a really famous actor. We were super involved and saw each other every day for almost a year, and then I found out he was married.
Oh.
The story got picked up from everywhere. I had all type of news sources hitting me up for the story, and I went ghost completely because I was very nervous and scared and like didn't want the spotlight, and completely have changed my name that I go by to disassociate myself with this person. I had no idea. We saw each other every day. It was very intense. It was very, very intense.
Definitely not gonna say the actor because she's trying to remain anonymous, but like I would like to know who.
We almost had a child together. It was super intense.
Yeah, she's definitely just gonna walk away.
Okay. My secret is I still have my married ex-boyfriend's location and I follow him around the world like a little Pokemon. Pew, pew, pew.
What? No. You can't just walk away after that. What type of Netflix is you type of shit is she on, bro? Joel Goldberg, yes. Yo.
I still
Her ex-husband's location and she just admitted to stalking him. Following him around the world, and they must sign a contract or something that's like, hey, whatever you say, we can't hold against you. We can't take no type of action. Because what the hell is that?
Okay. My secret is I still have my married ex-boyfriend's location and I follow him around the world like a little Pokemon.
That is, yeah, she's crazy. She's actually deranged.
2 buttholes. It's genetic, and one's not functioning, but it's there. Yeah.
She walks up.
My
Some of these
secret
niggas could be
that
lying.
When there's certain people I don't like, I actually create them on my Sims game and make their lives miserable. And that's how I get closure and move on with my life.
Man, that's some weird ass. She probably doing witchcraft secretly too. That's like an alternative instead of doing voodoo.
Secret that I don't tell anybody is that I secretly stare at people and I envision what their life is like. I come up with whole stories, come up with backgrounds, who they might know, and then after I'm done with that, I try to astro project my body into theirs because I have some weird need to know how people think, how they're living, what they're doing. I don't know, it's so strange. And I feel like the first time it happened, I was a child. I was coming home from school and I suddenly felt like my body was in the car next to me. So I believe it's real.
You shouldn't have turned around. You should have just walked off.
I could be gay or bisexual, but I would never, at this point in my life, try and pursue to think that that's even, whether that's even true. I think I'm too afraid to know whether it's true or not because of all the things that I would have to deal with if it were true.
We just go
my
buy that
secret
one.
is that I still love my ex-husband, even though I divorced him. And he begged me not to divorce him. But, you know, I could tell he was unhappy. And sometimes I regret that decision. This was 19 years.
Damn. That's sad. Yo, what up?
My secret is that I'm not as
depressing
as a social person or as an easygoing person as I think I am. I've known my friends for about like 10 years now, and this group of friends that I'm referring to, they're the most extroverted people I've ever met in my whole life. They easily attract people, and when you're around friends who attract other people, I guess I kind of feel like I also had something to do with that. When you have extroverted friends as an introverted person, you don't think that you're an introverted person. When I look back on the times of the new people I've met, you know, the interactions I've had in my life, it's always been with my friends there. I don't have the same openness or welcomeness as they have, and that's something I really, really miss about my friends, and I really am, I guess, in a way, disappointed in myself that I might have lied myself into thinking I was that kind of person as well.
Okay.
When I was younger in elementary school, I was in like 2nd grade, and we used to do assemblies in the beginning of school and do the pledge.
I have a feeling she's about to say something crazy, bro. I don't know why, but I got a bad feeling about this one.
You know, it gets silent after the pledge, and I farted really, really loud. And then I turned, and they was like, who is that? And I turned around, I was like, B, why would you do that? And it was a dude behind me, and they all started laughing. And then I just, you know, went on about my day.
I pride myself on being a very honest person, but once when I was in a relationship, I went on a solo trip to Thailand and I kissed a person other than my partner, and I never told him the truth.
Pride yourself with being honest, and yet you're a lying, cheating piece of shit, man. Shut your ass up, nigga.
Person other than my partner, and I never told him the truth. No, it ended because of my trust issues.
Projection.
I sell feet pics on Twitter
Projection
and have 8,000
of hell.
followers. It's pretty successful when I'm active on it. You can make a few grand a month doing it. I do accounting and HR.
Please don't turn around, gang. Don't turn around.
It's vacation money. Vacation foot money.
Yeah, go ahead and walk off.
Okay, my secret is that I really don't like dogs. I think they're really annoying. I feel like it makes people assume that I have like wayward morals because I don't
respect it.
a dog to run up to me and like lick my face and jump all over me.
Okay, I can respect
But
that.
I care about them deeply as sentient beings. I just don't want them to do it near me. Now I don't pretend though. I just am like, meh. I used to pretend to fit in or whatever, but whatever.
You're like, I'm not ashamed.
Sorry.
A long time ago, I read my ex's journal and found some incriminating things in there, but I couldn't bring them up because I had to lie and pretend like I never read it. So
wait, whoa. Incriminating?
A long time ago, I read my ex's journal and found some incriminating things in there, but I couldn't bring them up because I had to lie and pretend like I never read it. So I felt betrayed too, in a sense, even though looking back, it was very minor on his part. I have never read someone's journal again because I felt like I did this one thing and it felt wrong and I knew it felt wrong.
It is wrong to invade somebody's personal stuff. Private writings and shit like that.
Okay, I guess the
What you mean about incriminating, though?
is I don't really like LA all that much. Maybe it's just a place, or maybe I'm just unhappy with my life, but I left my old life in San Diego, and I guess in an outward appearance, it looks like I'm having a much better life. It's a secret because I don't want to admit that I'm having a hard time. Post-grad life and
ain't nothing
living
wrong
here
with
is not very
struggling.
easy.
We all do it.
I'm choosing to walk forward.
So I like make travel a big part of my life, but every time I go somewhere else outside of my house, I count down the days till I'm back in my house. I always think I should enjoy traveling more and like I want to do these things, but by the time I'm actually there, I'm like, damn, I wish I was home, you know? So I guess the grass isn't always greener. I'll just walk away.
Okay.
So my
Nigga said
secret
that like
is
that was
that I
something
always wished
insane.
that my middle name was my first name. It seems like a fancier name to me, and I think when I was a kid, I just was feeling generally unhappy, and I thought if I had been named my middle name, that maybe my life would be different, better, more interesting, fancier.
I actually heard something recently about like how when you are named whatever, why did she turn that jump scared the hell? Yo, watch out. Whenever you are first born, if you are named something that is like has a bad meaning or like a bad origin, it can actually affect the way your life transpires, like your luck and stuff like that. It's just based off of whether or not you believe and stuff like that. But I mean, shoot, could
Interesting.
Could
fancier.
have an effect.
A very large part of me wants everything in society and the economy and the world structure to absolutely implode and destroy itself so that we can go back to living on communes and sharing our secrets and our skills and our lives with each other and living with love instead of placing all of our importance on money and status and bullshit that doesn't matter. And maybe we should also start learning how to cook and clean and make our own clothes again.
You know what's crazy? Everything you just said, there is absolutely nothing stopping you from doing that for yourself. I don't know why niggas like this. Like, bro, you realize that there's nothing stopping you from living that life. Like, we don't all have to do that. There's plenty of groups that you could join where you could trade secrets and walk in love. Nigga, go to church, gang. Like, what are you talking about? Why does everybody have to suffer and fail in order for us to go back to that? What the fuck is she talking about? Turn your ass around and walk off,
Make
man.
our own clothes again.
Who do you, man? There's literally people who make a living off of knitting and crocheting. Like, you can do that, bro.
When I was 2 or 3 years old, my father threw me against a wall. And I remember waking up later that day, and the rest of my family, my 2 sisters and my mom, were packing all the bags while my dad was at work. We were gone for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We eventually all got back together, but I want to tell him that he shouldn't feel bad. 'Cause I know he feels bad. I know he does. And I want to be able to tell him that he doesn't need to. Being a parent's probably a pretty hard job. I'm not saying what he did was right, but I want him to know that we're okay. I've never talked to anybody about this except for 2 people in my entire life. Nobody in my
And
immediate
he's
family.
not
They
one
all
of them?
know. It's like this unspoken thing. So yeah, that's my secret.
I mean, you could, well, I don't know if you can, but there is an option of giving him a call and telling him that you forgive him, but I don't, yeah, the way he's saying it, I don't know what that means. He said he was 2 or 3 years old when he got thrown against the wall. What does that mean? Like pushed, or like he picked this nigga up and threw him against the wall? Because if it's like that, then I don't know. I don't know about that one. But if it was like a push too hard, then shoot. Grown man now. It's up to you whether or not you want to forgive him or not.
Secrets, I don't really have any. I like airing my shit out. I can't think of a single thing that I would need to hide from anybody. I mean, if I'm hiding stuff from people, I'm hiding myself from myself. I got 4 years sober, and for a long time I was trying to run away from myself, hide things and lie. When I gave that up, tried
His hair reminds me of like chicken feathers for some reason.
to stop controlling stuff, it just doesn't matter. Like, anybody can know anything about me, and of course, I'd sit there and be like, oh, like, I wonder what they think about me, but at the end of the day, I'm free and it's off my shoulders. It doesn't really matter anymore. And like, with that freedom, I'm able to really just be myself for once in my life, and I'm content with that. Like, I don't have to sit in the mirror and judge, so fuck secrets, man.
Right on,
They
dude.
only bring you down.
An open book is what he is. I low-key want to do another one. I feel like that wasn't enough, bro. Strangers read a secret and take a secret. All right, let's see.
Shoot.
The hell?
Can I reread that? That was really bad. I'm ready now. This one's hard. Wait, I'm like actually tearing up. I wasn't expecting to. I'm so bad at this. I can't do it.
Uh-oh, these are gonna be sad, bro.
So what I gotta do?
Do I read one first? And then write my own and put it in there? All right, I'm holding it. I'm gonna take it out. Okay, ready?
I'm a teacher with a master's
They
degree.
did a new one. I saw the old one that was like 30 minutes long of every evolution of Godzilla's atomic breath. But if they made a new one, no, I did not see it.
Single income, 2 children. Prices have skyrocketed to the point that I'm now digging in a dumpster to feed my children. What the heck? I had to get this one. My mom's a single mom. She was a teacher. I turned into a teacher. I honestly don't know how people get it on this salary and feed their kids. I don't know how my mom did it. If I didn't have my husband, I'd be so broke. Literally, it's such a small salary and you pay a lot of money. I'm like actually tearing up. I wasn't expecting to. Shout out to you for doing that. You gotta feed your kids. Nobody's gonna help you. You're the one that has to do it. So, I admire you for doing that.
I'm 19 years old and I'm visually impaired. My secret is that sometimes I feel less of a person than normal people do because I can't do everything everyone else can. I know that actually is not the case and I shouldn't think like that, but I can't help feeling that way sometimes. That is also the reason why I started volunteering, to make up for the things I can't do so that I deserve a place in this world.
Aww.
That's rough.
Damn, that one hurt.
Buddy, I
What
don't
the
think you
fuck?
should be feeling like that.
Yo,
Just because you might have a
that
visual
one
impairment,
hurt.
you know? You are a human being, and therefore you are enough within itself. That being said, I really think it's inspirational that you're volunteering. Certainly a better person than I am in that regard. I felt that way in the past, not feeling good enough or not feeling worthy enough for you know? Throughout middle school, I was bullied a little bit. Every now and then I could feel that way, but ultimately, I think I'm becoming a better person slowly over time.
I don't think the people that fall in love with me actually love me. They just haven't experienced human kindness before and they mistake it for love. I don't know how to tell them they're in love with the idea of kindness, not with me. I think that's a very vulnerable thing to say and that's really hard, but the right person is gonna love you and you're not gonna mistake that for kindness. So whoever you're thinking is just in love with the kindness of you is just not the one, I feel like. I think I do relate to that, but I don't let myself open up easily to people. So then I don't even think they're in love with me at all for the kindness or anything, because I don't want them to even be close to me.
That last one is like, shit. I don't like hearing shit like that, bro. When people feel like they aren't worthy or like they don't have a purpose in life, it's like, damn. So how do you, like, it quite literally isn't true, but like sometimes you just don't have the right words to make them feel better in that moment. But yeah, man, we all were given a chance at life, you know, a chance to live, so you gotta make the most of it. And I feel like as long as you are breathing, as long as you are still kicking, you always will have purpose. The job ain't ever done. You ain't complete whatever it is that you were sent here to do. So that dude, I hope he feels better. Like that one cut deep.
I think I'm destined to live my life alone. Some people find this to be a disturbing thought, but for me it doesn't matter. I have the ability to make myself happy, and I don't really have the same need to receive romantic love from others as society has taught me. Still, I feel like this fact is unacceptable. It is considered wrong to end up on your own in life, and it's just bumming me out. I don't
Huh?
relate to-
Wait, huh? One more time.
Some people find this to be a disturbing thought, but for me it doesn't matter. I have the ability to make myself happy, and I don't really have the same need to receive romantic love from others as society has taught me. Still, I feel like this fact is unacceptable. It is considered wrong to end up on your own in life, and it's just bumming me out.
I don't agree necessarily. I mean, they might be speaking objectively, like in society, it is viewed like you are looked down upon if you end up old and alone. But like low key, I feel like that is like a harsh reality that most people will end up with. Like if you look in the workplace, if you look at managers or co-workers, people who are in their 40s and they're single, they aren't really looking anymore. Like they kind of accepted the fact that they're gonna be alone for a while or forever. And I mean, it's just life, man. Life be life, and I don't know what else to tell you. Like it's just not a happy ending, like a marriage and a family. That's just not in the, what's the word, in the it's just not the plan for everybody.
I don't relate to it personally, but I'm sure there's someone out there that does. Although they want to be alone, I guarantee they're probably not alone with that thought. I'd say there are a lot of other people that do have that thought as well.
I genuinely never liked being alone, and I constantly put up a front to keep my guard up. But honestly, I'd rather have someone always to care for, and that's the reason I don't have boundaries in relationships.
Whoa.
That's such a hard,
whoa,
medium to wrestle with when you're...
That one's way easier to combat or like talk about. Like people need to learn how to be okay with being by themselves and loving themselves before you can get into a relationship. Because that, not having boundaries, that is a dangerous, toxic ass game to be playing.
Deciding if you should take someone's crap or look after yourself, but then feeling alone at the same time. That's very relatable.
I am in love with a fictional character. I'm an adult with bills, a loving boyfriend, yet I find myself at all hours, day and night, yearning for the man that I will never have, and it makes me feel horrible.
Did you say what character?
I miss being myself, and I miss who I was before.
Man, what the hell is that?
Sometimes I wish that I could be someone else. I wish I had blonder hair or clearer skin or a prettier face.
I smiled for the
Literally all of that could be
I miss
fixed.
who I was before he took that from me.
Wait, whoa.
I miss being myself, and I miss who I was before he took that from me.
Why was there a jump cut with that one? That one was, whoa, why was that one so quick? The hell?
Sometimes I wish that I could be someone else. I wish I had blonder hair.
There's a such thing as hair dye.
Or clear skin.
I heard Accutane does wonders for acne. You could also just fix your diet, prettier face. Go to the gym.
Or
I don't know.
prettier
I don't know.
face.
I smiled for the first time in a long time because I saw 4 kids rolling down a hill today on campus.
It says, if I died unexpectedly, my best friend would inherit my 6-figure savings that not even my family knows about. That's a lot of money.
I hope to one day be in a movie.
Damn.
Well, you're close there in a YouTube video, so almost there.
An evil ex-roommate of mine would often buy drumsticks, the ice cream cones. They were off limits. I would take each one out of its sheath and break off the chocolate-filled tip, the last bite, the best bite. Eat them, put the ice creams back in their wrappers, reseal the open end, and hear her get pissed about it through the vents every single time. I mean, I think this is kind of brilliant.
Type of freak, yeah, man. How you gonna say
Also
the
kind of
roommate
dumb.
is
'Cause some
evil,
roommates
but
are
you're
just
doing
really
that?
hard to deal with.
So it says, I secretly listened to an old crush's Spotify playlist. I listen to the lyrics and somehow feel like the songs are meant for us, even though it was just a moment. I still miss them, and I don't think I'll ever be able to let them go. Music is a powerful thing.
Yikes,
Is
yeah.
it going in the right bowl right here? Music is a powerful thing, and it connects people in a lot of ways. And I think if she holds on to that connection, she'll never be able to move on
Facts.
to somebody else. So it's like an emotional
Delete the
attachment
motherfucking playlist,
And I
gang.
would say try to create new memories or new music, or just try to stay in the moment and not get stuck in your past.
My biggest fear is that everyone tells me that I'll make it big and be super successful. But what if I just let everyone down? I've been told I'm extraordinary, but I fear I'll burn out and just be ordinary.
Damn.
Wow. Well, I think that's a very natural fear. think that's something everyone experiences. I wish I had the right words. I think
You gotta just keep moving forward and focus on what you are actually passionate about and not worry about doing things for the validation and approval of others, and you will feel a crazy amount of weight get lifted off of your shoulders. And, just know that even if you do fail, just because you fail, all that is a lesson. All that is growth to be better at something else. So it ain't that. Life is just life, bro. It ain't never. After a certain point, you just gotta realize, all right, even if it does get worse, I know I'm gonna still be all right. So we just gotta keep moving, keep pushing forward.
I think maybe your life doesn't have to be extraordinary. Maybe you can find beauty in the ordinary.
I'm in a relationship and have a big family but still feel alone. I don't know if I am stuck in my head, but I feel stuck in isolation. Help? ? I get it. I think that sometimes when you're in, even if you're in like a crowded space or you're in a really big family, when there's more people, it's easier to feel more alone because there are more people who are conversing with each other and you're able to see other people having relationships. And I don't know, I've always wondered, like, do you feel more alone when you're by yourself or when you're in a crowded room? And I'm sure that that's kind of what you're alluding to here. I think that you maybe need to, I'm so bad at this. I can't do it.
I was trying to let her cook. I was like, come on now. You're getting there.
I know, but that's when I know the whole situation. Okay, well, if it was you saying it, then I would say I feel like you either need to, like, you're not as happy in your relationship as you think you are, because you shouldn't feel alone if you're in a relationship. As far as your family, people's family dynamics are so different. I don't know your family dynamic, so it's kind of hard to speak on that, but I think that the root of it might just be you not being able to live with yourself and be happy and completely content by yourself, and then that in turn makes you not as happy when you're around other people, even if it's your family and even if it's your partner. So I think maybe you need to go do things on your own and feel completely content with that before trying to give yourself to other people. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
I zoned out. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm in love with my guy best friend. He doesn't feel the same way, I think. This one's hard. Wait, okay.
Friend
so,
zoned.
If I'm being honest, like I said before,
You're
I feel
cooked,
like I'm
buddy.
experiencing these same feelings. So this is crazy that I haven't picked this one up, but I guess I can speak from experience. You are always like reading into certain things, and like you don't know if that's like just someone being a friend or someone like actually liking you. I think like the advice I would give is just, I think you should just full on ask them and maybe like make the move. And I know that's so scary because you might lose them as a friend, but that's gonna make you feel so much better instead of like the uncertainty of what if. And that's so hard to say. I'm saying this now, but I like actually feel this so hard right now.
Most people who say that can't even take their own advice.
After this. I don't know. Maybe I'll call him up. I'm gonna text him.
Regretting
I'm gonna do it.
moving on
this
later.
Inspired me. You know who you are. Please text me back. Go for what you want. Shoot your shot. You're only on this earth for so long.
That's
all I have
that's
to
the
say.
thing though. That's the thing, because I feel like girls have a way higher percentage. Not even feel like they literally just do. They have a way higher percentage of shooting a shot and making it. But if they miss, it's GG's, buddy. It is cooked. Like if a nigga rejects you, gang, there ain't nothing. Like that means he quite literally is not attracted to you in any way, shape, or form, and there ain't nothing that you can do. But like the other way around, there has been plenty of situations where a dude has been capable of getting out of the friend zone. So it's like it is balanced, low key. It is balanced.
No part of me wants to be a strong, independent woman with a thriving career. All my life, I've wanted to be a wife raising her babies. I never made a future plan outside of that. I never thought how finding my partner wouldn't be as easy as the movies, and society doesn't seem to feel that that's all a woman should want for herself. But for me, that's more than enough for a happy life.
I don't like how people be trying to like demonize a traditional relationship or like what, like I don't think there is anything wrong with wanting to be traditional at all. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, I feel like that's low-key better in today's society because everybody, I don't think y'all realize the amount of bullshit that comes with being an independent boss on your own. That is a lot of opportunities to mess up and make life-altering decisions that you can't come back from, and meeting the wrong people, and just overall getting caught up with the wrong individuals. And it's a lot more stress, a lot more baggage that you're gonna end up carrying whenever you do decide to settle down. So it's like, if a nigga says that they don't want to go through that and they would just rather avoid that, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Most people
I don't think there is anything wrong at all.
Everyone wants to like feel like they need to be a feminist, but forget that that can be feminism too. I feel like.
So I give them encouraging words. Oh, all right. Sometimes I worry I won't be able to love anyone completely. Like a part of me always expects them to leave. I think you should just believe in yourself and love yourself, and then somebody will see the pearl inside you and love that. Sometimes I feel the same way because my father didn't know how to be a father. And so I kind of fell in love with people that didn't love me as much as I loved them. But don't forget, you have an inside of yourself that somebody will see and treasure. And you have to understand that part of you that tells you when things are right and things are wrong for you. If you're not sure, just listen to your inner self and it will all come out right. The next secret is...
Wait, what? You supposed to help them,
just
nigga?
got broken up
What you mean the next...
by my first
you gonna
love
move
last
on?
month. And it's really been difficult for me, especially with no contact. Some days it's like he never existed, and others it's like I lost the only person who ever loved me. I wish I knew how he felt, and now I feel a little lost without him. I remember feeling that way. That's happened to me many times. And the part that's hard is that you don't know what happened. You don't know why it didn't work out. I found that what I did most of the time was I tried to make other people like me by doing things that I thought they liked about me. But I wasn't true to myself. So it took me a long time to find myself. So find yourself, who you are, what you love about yourself in the world. Believe in that when you're with another person. Don't always bend and be who they want you to be. Be
Yo,
who you
what
are.
the fuck is going on?
Thanks for listening.
Now, right one.
Huh? I thought... What was she reading? those both of them started out with a secret and then ended with their own piece of advice. She didn't give her advice unless she was reading from a script. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Who you are. Thanks for listening.
And she was reading at the speed of slow.
Now, I write one.
Let me write one. Let me see.
Okay.
Why are we watching them write it?
I'm done. I feel good. I had a plan of what I was going to write down, and then I was like, actually, this is what came out for me.
It feels like I can stop thinking about it because it's living somewhere in the world. It's like very therapeutic because you don't like say it every day.
Relieved. It's kind of like lifting a little weight off your shoulders.
A weight off my shoulder. Like a weight off my shoulders.
I don't know. I feel like I've just lifted a really big weight off my
Alright,
shoulders.
they done
for
gave
some
everybody
reason.
the same
I feel
script.
Like something's been lifted off my chest.
There's less pressure on my chest.
It feels like I just got like something like lifted off my chest.
Oh, I feel much better. It's like once you do something for yourself, you always feel better, you know, because you always ignore yourself. It's the hardest thing to do is to take care of yourself. I would say do something for yourself every day.
That was
no
kind of
matter how
wholesome.
small.
The way they all had the same answer.
Oh, it's a great
Humans relating and shit. Alright, that was a good little. This channel is funny. This channel is funny. They got some crazy moments, but also like wholesome and life advice, inspirational.